His soul stood free, witness and a king, absorbed no more in the moment-ridden flux, where mind instantly drifts as on a raft, hurried from phenomenon to phenomenon. He abode at rest in indivisible time.
So I'm going to put my headphones on for a little bit better quality.
Okay.
There are few words that I'm missing. Um,
Oh,
moment, moment.
moment.
No,
Okay.
moment. Accent on the first syllable, moment.
Moment. Okay. Moment.
Yes, that's. And then phenomenon, phenomenon,
Phenomenon.
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 Yes, good. Moment and phenomenon.
Moment. Moment is
No,
accent on the first one.
moment, not moment, but moment.
Moment. Okay. Moment. Take the O.
No, you're saying moment still. It's moment. Mo.
Moment. Okay. Moment.
Yeah, yes. So now we have Aswapati's soul standing free. It's not only a witness, but it's a king. And he is no longer absorbed in this moment ridden flux, this change, this fluctuation, where mind incessantly, that means continuing without eruption, unending, where mind drifts incessantly like it's on a raft. And therefore it's hurried from phenomenon to phenomenon.
Oh.
But this is not true of Ashwapati anymore, because now he abode at rest in indivisible time. He is already in that transcendent consciousness where where time is not able to be divided. We divide time so much in our lives. Time for breakfast, time for lunch, time for dinner, time for sleep, time to wake up, time to take the children here and there. Everything is divisible time for us, not
Right.
indivisible time.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to see some more about him in the next 4 lines, very powerful lines.
As if a story long written but acted now, in his present he held his future and his past, felt in the seconds the uncounted years, and saw the hours like dots upon a page.
Sri
Mm-hmm.
Aurobindo often uses, as I've said, he uses as if
Yeah,
to tell us it's sort of like a story that was
mhm,
written long ago and only is being acted now. Because
mhm.
obviously he's speaking of himself.
Uh-huh.
And in speaking of himself, he's telling us this story that was written long ago for him to come down on the earth and act out his avatarhood on the earth. And so, with that, he's able to hold in his present his
Mm-hmm.
future and his past. Trikaladristi. Mother had that capacity with each of us. She could see our whole past lives, she could see. And
Mm-hmm.
she could see our present and she could see the possibilities of our future.
Wow.
Even in the seconds, with this new capacity that he's received, he can feel in these seconds the uncounted years.
Mm.
Incredible. And he sees the hours simply like dots upon a page.
Mm-hmm.
Each hour is just simply a dot upon a page. For us, an hour can be long, it can be short. If we're in joy, it can be short. If we're in pain, it could be long. For he is in indivisible time and he's at rest there. And when he's at rest there, he is able to see his future and his past in present time and can feel even the seconds in the uncounted years. And he can even see the hours like dots upon a page.
So he now has the capability that Trikal Drishti is what you're saying, Narad sir. I mean, it's
Yes.
not just the past that he can see, but he can also see the possibilities of the future.
Oh, yes, absolutely. You see, that line is very telling. In his present, what did he do? He held both his future and his past.
Right.
An aspect.
Yeah. An aspect of the unknown reality altered the meaning of the cosmic scene.
Well, he's going to tell us a lot about this in a moment, because this aspect of the unknown reality changes everything we see. Right now, we see everything in terms of duality.
Yeah.
Good and bad, hot and cold, truth and falsehood, friends and enemies. So this aspect of the unknown reality has changed the whole meaning of the cosmic scene. He is seeing something from a level much higher than our body, life, and mind. He's seeing much more, and now you will tell us what he's seeing.
This huge material universe became a small result of a stupendous force overtaking the moment, the eternal ray, illumining that which never yet was new.
Wow. What is this huge material universe? Well, it's only a small result of this stupendous force, this marvelous force, this excellent force, this stupendous, astounding volume or degree. So we see that this huge material universe that we think is so large is just a small result of a stupendous force. Now, he has a colon there because he wants to tell us something else. Overtaking the moment, the eternal ray. Now, we have to talk a little bit about this eternal ray. Illumined that, capital T, which never yet was made. It illumined the divinity, the divine, who is all powerful, who is everything, who has created all this world, and it's even illumined that which still wasn't even made yet. So this eternal ray, Sri Aurobindo tells us in the Letters on Yoga, even if there is much darkness, and this world is full of it, and the physical nature of man also, yet a ray of the true light can prevail eventually against the tenfold darkness. Believe that and cleave to it always.
Okay.
Now, this eternal ray, I have two definitions from Alok and Madhav. Alok says it is the ray from the light of the Supreme that can show not only the depths hidden to our sight, but also the past and the future that is to be born. So there we have that Tricoladistri again. Thus it gives us a new significance and the true sense of all our experiences at a point of time. Are you recording this?
Yes, I am recording.
Good, okay. Now, here's what Madhav has to say, is the sequence of time.
Okay.
Each moment records what is happening at that point. It relates to the present. The ray of the eternal interrupts the movement of time for a while and lights up things that are not yet manifest. It gives a peep into the future. The ray of the eternal is able to do it because the future is already present in the vision of the eternal. The eternal sees exactly what's going to happen. And that's why this huge material universe has become just a small result of a stupendous force. And so the eternal ray illumines that which never yet was made. Now he's telling us more what's going to happen.
And Narad sir, I have understood most of it, the explanation that you provided from Alok ji and Manav also. But what is not coming to me is, where is this stupendous ray? What is the source of this? Where is it coming?
Oh, the eternal ray is the
No,
divine
the
ray.
stupendous force. No, the force, the stupendous force. Is that related to the eternal ray?
Yes, yes. Everything is referring back to this great aspect of the divinity. He's talking about himself now and all that he is seeing. But this is an aspect of the unknown reality that he's talking to us about that has changed the meaning of this whole cosmic scene. It is no longer this small world of Earth. This whole material universe is a small result of a stupendous force. And then this eternal ray, this ray of the divine light, has illumined, has lit up that which never yet was made. So you got it now?
Yes.
Good, very good. And we'll continue.
Sure. Thought lay down in a mighty voicelessness. The toiling thinker widened, grew still. Wisdom transcendent touched his quivering heart. His soul could sail beyond thought's luminous bar. Mind screamed no more, the shoreless infinite.
No, infinite.
Infinite.
Infinite, yes. All right, so first we have to look at what has happened to Ashwapati or Sri Aurobindo. Thought lay down in a mighty voicelessness. This is the silencing of the mind. When thought lays down in this voicelessness, it's one of the most important things in this yoga, that we can calm ourselves, we can have the peace descend, and we have to live in that quiet mind without thought. The toiling thinker, the toiling thinker, that's the human being here. Or we can even say it's Ashwapati also. Widened, but this is now Ashwapati who's widened and grew still. And in that stillness, this transcendent wisdom touched his quivering heart. Quivering is just shaking like that.
Okay.
And then there's a colon. His soul could sail beyond thought's luminous bar. That's an interesting line, because we see that a bar is a barrier. Anything that obstructs or prevents or hinders.
Okay.
So his soul now can sail beyond this very bright, of course, it's a luminous bar of thought, but it's still a bar.
Okay.
And therefore, that fact that he could sail beyond thought's luminous bar, mind could not screen anymore this infinite, which has no shore, which has absolutely no limits. So we have to go ahead and see what else he's experiencing now.
So Narad sir, I have a question here.
Sure.
So is it something associated with, there are these people I know, who get the divine guidance. I think one of them is you, but is this analogy, I mean, are we okay to basically compare it with folks on earth who receive that divine guidance? The soul could sail beyond thought's luminous bar. So there are no barriers. They are directly receiving what the divine has to manifest in the future. That type of guidance.
I'll give you a few names.
Okay.
Nolini,
Uh-huh.
Avitra, Aurobindo Basu. They could sail beyond the luminous bar of thought. If you look under YouTube, you'll even see some new videos that have just been posted of Aurobindo Basu's talks. He looks so tiny in that chair he's sitting in, and yet what he says is so vast. So look him up.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is true. There are some, I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them at all. So mind couldn't screen anymore this infinite of this shoreless infinite. And now you have to continue, because he's continuing to tell us what he is experiencing.
Across the void, retreating sky he glimpsed, through a large glimmer and drift of vanishing stars, the superconscient realms of motionless peace, where judgment ceases and the word is mute, and the unconceived lies, pathless and alone.
I think you could read those lines a little better. Across a void, retreating sky, he glimpsed, through a last glimmer and drift of vanishing stars, the superconscious realms of motionless peace, where judgment ceases and the word is mute, and the unconceived lies pathless and alone. Want to try those 5 again?
Sure. Across the void, retreating sky.
Yeah, you got the W and the V again. Void.
Void. Across the void, retreating sky he glimpsed, through a last glimmer and drifting of vanishing stars.
Drift of vanishing stars.
And drift of vanishing stars, the superconscient realms of motionless peace, where judgment ceases and the word is mute, and the unconceived lies pathless and alone.
No, the unconceived lies pathless and alone. And the unconceived lies pathless and alone.
And the unconceived lies pathless and alone.
Let's speed it out. And the unconceived lies pathless and alone.
And the unconceived lies pathless and alone.
Better. So, what is happening now? Well, he sees this empty sky, this void. A void is a nothingness. And he sees through this retreating sky, he glimpses. He doesn't see so much, he glimpses. And now you see that Sri Aurobindo uses the word glimpsed and glimmer. So glimpsed is a brief view of something, And glimmer is an intermittent flicker or flash of light.
Right.
So he is glimpsing through this last glimmer and drift, because the stars are drifting, of vanishing stars. He glimpses, he sees the superconscious realms of motionless peace. In those realms of motionless peace, judgment ceases, and even the word is silent. Because there, the unconceived, the unimagined, lies pathless and alone. There is no path there, and the divine is alone. This is the experience that many have in yoga when they reach nirvana.
Okay.
They have this feeling that there is nothing else than the unconceived and the alone in that motionless peace. And many of them don't want to leave that because it's enough for them. They don't need any more. Only Sri Aurobindo has come, the only one ever to come on earth and tell us that's not the place to rest. You have to take all you have realized and now come down to earth, where there's going to be the supermental life and the divine life on earth. So this is a very important passage. And I think we'll stop for now and you read from the beginning and try to make me feel this so strong. Beginning with his soul stood free.
His soul stood free, a witness and a king, absorbed no more in the moment-ridden flux, where mind incessantly drifts as on a raft, hurried phenomenon to phenomenon.
No,
Here,
phenomenon. Phenomenon.
no, okay.
Hurried
No.
from phenomenon to phenomenon.
Hurried from phenomenon to phenomenon, he abode at rest in indivisible time, as if a story long written but acted now. In his present, he held his future and his past, felt in the seconds the uncounted years, and saw the hours like dots upon a page. An aspect of the unknown reality altered the meaning of the cosmic scene. This huge material universe became a small result of a stupendous force, overtaking the moment, the eternity, illuming that which never yet was made. Thought laid out in a mighty voicelessness, the boiling twinkle widened and grew still. Wisdom transcendent touched his quivering heart. His soul sailed beyond thought's mutinous bar. Mind screamed no more the shoreless and finite.
No infinite.
Oh, mind screamed no more the shoreless infinite. Across a void, retreating sky he glimpsed through a large glimmer and drifted vanishing.
Yeah, I lost many of your words, but they'll be on the recording anyways.
Yeah, I'll send it to you today itself, Nal.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, we understand now much more what is happening with Ashwapati. And Sri Aurobindo is telling us of his own life and what he realized. He did not come into this world with all of this knowledge. He was brought up in England, where he studied poetry and literature. He didn't even know Indian tongue. He didn't know Bengali. He didn't know any Indian languages. So he comes here, he works for the Maharaja, he works in Baroda, he works for the freedom of India. And then he retires for all of these years. And this is now what he's telling us is happening to him. That he is receiving all of this information that is pouring down into his soul. And he is actually realizing slowly that he is the avatar.
Mhm.
So we will pick it up again next week.
Sure. Narad
All
sir,
right.
thank you so much, Narad sir. I understood every word and I'm going to listen to the recordings again. Also,
Good.
will send it to you. Thank you so much, Narad sir.
You're
It was my
welcome.
wish that we all
Namaste.
meet you. Yeah, namaste.
Oh, namaste.